If you happen to be strolling around Denver's theater district, you've bound to become in contact with some art installations that popped up in the past few weeks. They're part of a Monumental, a series of public artworks that are guaranteed to get people talking. With more on the project is Courtney Lane-Stell, who is the executive director and chief curator at Black Cube Nomadic Museum, and Nikki Pike, one of the artists involved. Welcome, ladies.
Thanks for having us.
You betcha. Courtney, a Monumental is a series of art installation that's co-produced by the Denver Theater District and Black Cube Nomadic Museum. So tell us a little bit about that.
Exactly. The project is opened last week and runs through the beginning of February 2020. And it involves 5 different public artworks that deal with concepts of monuments and icons.
Love that. Okay, so explain a little bit more about the series and the installations that are included in this exposition.
So they're broken down into international, national, and local artists to have different levels of conversation. The international project is a large-scale, dinosaur-sized chicken that will be in the Denver Public Library Schlesman Hall. And the national project is a triptych or 3 billboards that are currently up on 14th and Champa in between 13th and 14th. And then the final project is for local artists, and it's a rotating monument base that will feature 3 different local artists' monument to Denver.
My goodness, and that was a mouthful.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, let's talk about one of those billboards you mentioned.
Yeah.
What tell us about that?
So the billboard is by an artist collective called 4 Freedoms, and it's a response to Norman Rockwell's freedom of speech painting, which shows a sort of 50s era Americana scene. And the group 4 Freedoms has updated this image. They did a series of 80 of these different settings. They're in a town hall setting, and we selected 3. And so they're up kind of showing the more diversity, the diversity that is actually more reflective of our population.
Very cool. And you'll see those where? Between Champa and?
Champa in between 13th and 14th. They're on the north side of the street.
And this is one of 3.
Yeah.
And now, Nikki, you're one of the artists behind the 3 temporary monument to Denver, which launched last Friday. So tell us about your piece.
Sure, yeah. The piece I produced for Monumental is titled We, and it replaces the traditional statue or monument with live performances. And the second part of the project after the performances is sculpture, a text-based sculpture, We the Privileged, was installed on the pedestal.
Okay, can you tell us about the process in putting this all together?
Yes, so the main concept for We is to leverage privilege. And we diverted the arts funding away from building a static artwork into the pockets of local artists. The second part, I pieced together a design team and fabrication team to build the sculpture. That was led by Ryan Thomas, the program manager and lead teacher of welding at the Emily Griffith Technical College. Wow. After he fabricated the piece, it went to the beloved auto repair shop, Community Auto Repair, where they finished and painted the sign, a team led by Alex Cash.
My goodness, what a process. Now, you talked about the performances by some artists. Who were the artists and what did they do?
Sure, yeah. Each performer used their body or voice to acknowledge people in underrepresented communities. The inaugural performance was done and led by 13-year-old Sage Deal together with her father, Greg Deal. They're part of the Pyramid Lake Paiute tribe, and they honored and memorialized Indigenous murdered and missing women and girls through movement, spoken word, and then a heartbeat drum sound, and they read the names of those women documented.
Wow, extremely powerful.
Yes.
Extremely powerful. Now, Nikki's temporary monument to Denver is on display through September 11th. Courtney, tell us about what happens after Nikki's display.
After Nikki's piece, we have 2 other local artists that are up, Noah Manos and Jaime Correjo. Noah Manos is making a large-scale cast salt Victorian home. So this cast salt house is meant to disintegrate, and the weather and elements over its couple-month display.
My goodness.
And so it's interesting to have a conversation about literally a monument that is meant to disintegrate or wash away and be temporary.
Really incredible. So much going on, and Colorado loves public art, so we appreciate you bringing that to the folks.
Thanks.
You're very
Thank you.
welcome. Well, stop by the 14th Street between Champa and Stout Streets in Denver Theater District through September 11th to see Nikki Pike's temporary monument. Now, for more information on Monumental, a series of art installations co-produced by Black Cube Nomadic Museum and Denver Theater District, visit blackcube.org or denvertheaterdistrict.com.